The United States may be the best country for roller coasters in the world. Amazing thrill rides can be found everywhere in the country. Well, almost everywhere. Two of the best locations are the West Coast and the East Coast. And in this video, the West and the East will battle it out to answer the question, which U.S. coast can boast the most roller coasters? Before we get started, let me tell you all how this is going to work. The first round will be the number of roller coasters on each coast. The coast with the most roller coasters will gain 5 points. The second round will be the quality of the roller coasters. For every elite coaster each side has, they will gain 1 point. For every ultra elite roller coaster each team has, they will gain 2 points. The third round will be the quantity of parks. Now, there are tons of little places with one little kiddie coaster, but I don't think that they should count as parks, so I'm saying the number of parks with 4 or more roller coasters. The winner of this category will receive 5 points. The fourth and final round will be similar to round 2, but for parks. Each elite park will count as 1 point, and each ultra elite park will count as 2. At the end of the 4 rounds, the coast with the most points will take home the title of Best Roller Coast. Okay. I also added some states to the West, because if you look at the map, then you will see that the West Coast only has 5 states bordering the Pacific Ocean, while the East Coast has 15. However, I didn't bring the West Coast total all the way to 15, because then I would have to add states like Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Nebraska, and these are all states that I consider to be either in the South or Midwest. So here is a look at the 4 rounds, the points that will be rewarded, and so on. Diving in, let's start with the West. Alaska has 0 roller coasters. Arizona has 6. California has a whopping 92. Colorado has 23. Hawaii has 0. Idaho has 8. Montana has 2. New Mexico has 7, Nevada has 6, Oregon has 4, Utah has 14, Washington has 9, and Wyoming has 1. This makes a total of 172 roller coasters. Now let's talk about the East. Connecticut has 8 roller coasters, Delaware has 0, Florida has 60, Georgia has 26, Maine has 6, Maryland has 21, Massachusetts has 17, New Hampshire has 12, New Jersey has 49, New York also has 49, North Carolina has 21, Pennsylvania has 59, Rhode Island has 0, South Carolina has 4, and Virginia has 23. This makes a total of 355. A lot. So, the East wins round 1 with a landslide victory. They gain 5 points, and the West still has 0. Now, let's get into round 2. This is the quality of the roller coasters. So, in my opinion, the West Coast has 4 ultra elite roller coasters. Ghost Rider, a wooden roller coaster at Knott's Berry Farm. Railblazer, a single rail roller coaster at California's Great America. Twisted Colossus, an RMC hybrid roller coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain. And X2, a 4th dimension roller coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain. There are also 9 elite roller coasters on the West Coast. One is Apocalypse, a wooden roller coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Full Throttle, a launch coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Gold Striker, a wooden roller coaster at California's Great America. Medusa, a B&M floorless roller coaster at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Tatsu, a B&M flying coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Joker, an RMC hybrid at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Accelerator, a launch coaster at Knott's Berry Farm. Aftershock, a giant inverted boomerang at Silverwood in Idaho. And Cannibal, a 200-foot in-house roller coaster with a very steep drop at Lagoon in Utah. Since every elite roller coaster counts as 1 point and every ultra elite roller coaster counts as 2 points, the West Coast now has 17 points. The East Coast is once again stacked with 8 ultra elite roller coasters. There's Mako, a B&M Hyper at SeaWorld Orlando, Wicked Cyclone, an RMC Hybrid at Six Flags New England, Superman the Ride, an Intamin Hyper at Six Flags New England, El Toro, an Intamin wooden roller coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure, Fury 325, a B&M Giga at Carowinds, Phantom's Revenge, a Morgan Hyper at Kennywood, Intimidator 305, an Intamin Giga at King's Dominion, and Twisted Timbers, an RMC Hybrid at King's Dominion. There are also 13 elite roller coasters on the East Coast. Boulder Dash, a wooden roller coaster at Lake Compounds in Connecticut, Kumba, a B&M sit-down roller coaster at Busch Gardens, Tampa, Montu, a B&M invert at Busch Gardens, Tampa, Goliath, a B&M Hyper at Six Flags Over Georgia, Twisted Cyclone, an RMC Hybrid at Six Flags Over Georgia, King Dakar, an Intamin Strata, which means it goes over 400 feet, at Six Flags Great Adventure, Nitro, a B&M Hyper at Six Flags Great Adventure, TMNT Shellraiser, a Gerstlauer Eurofighter at the American Dream Mall, Intimidator, a B&M Hyper at Carowinds, Storm Runner, an Intamin launch coaster at Hershey Park, Sky Rush, an Intamin Hyper at Hershey Park, Phoenix, a wooden coaster at Knoebels, and Apollo's Chariot, a B&M Hyper at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. All of these rides gave the East Coast 29 points, which when combined with the 5 points from the previous round, the East Coast now has a total of 34 points, putting them back in the lead. Now it's time for round 3. Round 3 is the quantity of the parks. So remember, in order for a park to be counted, it must have 4 or more roller coasters. Let's start with the West. Alaska has 0, Arizona has 0, California has 6, Colorado has 2, Hawaii has 0, Idaho has 1, Montana has 0, Nevada has 0, New Mexico has 1, Oregon has 0, Utah has 1, Washington has 1, and Wyoming has 0. This is a total of 12. Now let's do the East Coast. Connecticut has 1, Delaware has 0, Florida has 7, Georgia has 2, Maine has 0, Maryland has 2, Massachusetts has 1, New Hampshire has 1, New Jersey has 4, New York has 5, North Carolina has 1, Pennsylvania has 5, Rhode Island has 0, South Carolina has 0, Virginia has 2. This is a total of 31. This means that the East has more than the West, because 12 versus 31, so the East gains 5 more points. This pushes their total from 34 to 39, so the score is 17 to 39. Now it's time for round 4. The West will really need a miracle if they want to win. So this will work the same as round 2, but for parks instead of coasters. So ultra elite parks will count as 2 points, and just elite parks will count as 1 point. For the West, there is 1 ultra elite park, Six Flags Magic Mountain. And they also have 4 just elite parks, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, California's Great America, Knott's Berry Farm, and Lagoon. This gives them 6 points, and if you add this with their 17 previous points, then they get a final total of 23. The East has 4 ultra elite parks, Busch Gardens Tampa, Six Flags Great Adventure, Carowinds, and Hershey Park. They also have 6 just elite parks, Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, Six Flags Over Georgia, Six Flags New England, King's Dominion, and Busch Gardens Williamsburg. This gives them 14 points, and if you add that to their previous 39 points, then the East gets a total of 53 points. Congratulations, East Coast. You are America's superior coast in terms of roller coasters. You won 53 to 23. So this video has come to an end. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and follow Amazing Coasters on Instagram. I'll see you all next time.